Luke Inman back again in the eDraft.com studios, going back to back with another wideout from this year's 2016 draft class. Although there's no blue chip, can't miss wideout prospect, Ole Miss's Laquon Treadwell could be as close as we get. Although he lacks the explosive speed and separation skills, with his big-bodied strength and outstanding ball skills, people love Treadwell's ability to give his quarterback a big target and his tenacity to fight for every yard. However, while he's clearly a problem for opposing players with the ball in his hands, I'll show you why Treadwell's fiery mentality and fearless emotions could be a problem for his NFL career. Let's jump to the tape, where I'll show you what I mean. Well, it's widely known Treadwell lacks a great burst in and out of his cuts and a knack for straight line speed just in general. Combine that with average route running due to average at best footwork, and it's no shocker Treadwell has a hard time separating from his opponents. So Luke, if he's so slow and inconsistent in his routes, how can he be so hard to cover? Well, you can start with his grown man strength and massive upper body power he uses in combination with great athleticism to box out and fight for the best and winning ball position on quick comebacks and slants. In short, even when he's covered, he's open. And with Treadwell's big upper body comes long arms that gives his quarterback an outstanding catch radius to throw into down the middle of the field, no matter the amount of traffic. Combine that with Treadwell's strong hands he uses to suck balls up, out, and away from his body, and no matter the defense, his quarterbacks always throw in his direction with great confidence. Even with his lack of explosion and quickness, here on these third downs with the defense knowing Treadwell is stopping at the sticks, Treadwell knows how to sit down in the soft spot and once again use that big body to shield his defenders away and present a clean and reliable target to help move the chains in critical situations. No matter the throw, too high or too low, Treadwell is a quarterback's best friend, consistently finding a way to make the difficult catch no matter the coverage. Hey, it's not always easy to compare draftees with their soon-to-be NFL counterparts, but with his aggressive and strong nature to attack the ball, it's hard not to see some Des Bryant in Treadwell's game. Meanwhile, DeAndre Hopkins comes to mind when you see him come down with catches he simply shouldn't, like when he's being blanketed and has lost position to his defender. The back shoulder fade has become one of the more popular routes in the NFL because when timed and executed just right, there's almost no way to stop it. Throughout his college career, Treadwell showed off his ability to push defenders upfield and pick apart defenses with his ball tracking and leaping ability, putting on film for teams. Just another reason why he's so dangerous on the outside and why he's a constant mismatch in one-on-one coverage. You know, I can't remember watching a team or offense that designed so many quick screens to their wide receiver, but such was the case at Ole Miss with Treadwell, which is one reason why he will come into the NFL with a limited route tree. However, it didn't take long for me to realize why, as Treadwell runs with an incredible tenacity, being able to lower his shoulder and scratch and claw for every yard, while still showing exceptional balance to brush off defenders. In fact, you could argue Treadwell's competitiveness and physicality showed the most when in the open field while trying to run over and run through his opponents with a never give up and never go down attitude. Treadwell's unmatched intensity, grit, and fearless nature in which he plays the game was something that was clearly infectious to the offense and was often used as a spark when his team needed a big play the most. I've also never seen a receiver as capable and willing to match up and throw down in the run game quite like this guy. While he's nowhere near technically sound in the blocking department, no one can argue Treadwell's all-out approach and disposition in this area, as he almost seems eager and excited to throw his body around and fight for his runner. Treadwell looks to make a statement every time he locks up with his opponent, testing every ounce of their heart and guts to get around Treadwell as if his life depended on it. Doesn't matter if it's a wide receiver screen, a quarterback scramble, or a simple stretch play to his side. Treadwell goes Game 7 World Series mode, seeking out pancake and combo blocks, letting you know that he's not going down without a fight. Okay, big body, great hands, and will contribute in the run game. Is that all I'm getting with my first round pick? Not even close. While you saw glimpses of it earlier, these exceptionally rare ball skills and playmaking ability are what makes Treadwell so special. With great concentration, body control, and ball tracking, Treadwell is a master at coming down with his 50-50 jump balls and finding a way to make the big play even when being draped in coverage. And in a league that craves players that can create mismatches on the field, Treadwell gives every offense a dynamic weapon that has to be respected and accounted for no matter where he is on the field, or you can count on him carving you up for a few big plays every game. Now, while it's easy to love the way Treadwell plays a physical brand of football, as I said earlier, I worry about his transition into the NFL. Again, eerily similar to Des Bryant, you're forced to take the good with the bad on that one, with his feisty and often emotional antics. First, from a football sense, I saw Treadwell seek out contact far too often in some of his routes. Whether that was in hopes of drawing a flag, I'm not sure, but you always want your wideout to just go out and make a play on the ball instead of hoping and banking on the referees to bail you out. And while you have to love his warrior style of playing mentality, there were countless plays I saw Treadwell let his emotions get the best of him, leading to what will be penalties in the NFL, ranging from offensive pass interference all the way to personal foul calls. There were also a handful of plays in each game where Treadwell just gave up far too early, assuming the play was out of his jurisdiction or over altogether, like here, when he looks to the referee for a flag instead of trying to make the tackle on this interception. Well, as we saw, no one can argue the big play ability Laquon Treadwell brings to the table as a big-bodied wideout that adds a special physical presence to any offense. You could argue these skills alone worth top 10 consideration in today's pass-happy league, but as we saw, those aren't the only traits you're getting. On top of what could be an average at best 40 time, it's not hard to imagine teams dropping Treadwell on their board because of some of those costly mental mistakes and patterns caused by an over-aggressiveness and his emotions getting the best of him. Traits that we've seen could be detrimental to a team in huddle, both on the field, on the sidelines, and in the locker room. But of course, I don't know Treadwell personally, and everything I've heard and read about him is an outstanding teammate that was highly respected in college. I'm simply going off the film and what I see on tape. Seeing what I've seen now, it wouldn't surprise me if the combine ends up being a huge measuring stick and determining factor for teams with Treadwell, for good or bad, on and off the field, using the week-long event to get a better gauge of Treadwell's true speed and quickness, while gaining a better grasp of his character and personality in teams' one-on-one interviews. Like always, the combine will either cement Treadwell's spot as the draft's #1 wideout, or drop more questions than when we started. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe at the bottom for plenty more draft coverage. Check out eDraft.com. For everybody at eDraft.com, I'm Luke Inman, signing out.